Norfolk Southern CEO Alan Shaw hasn't even been in his position for a year, but he has been with Norfolk Southern since 1994. He no doubt is going to be facing some very tough questions today as he sits in front of the U.S. Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. A lot of residents of East Palestine want questions answered today about the long-term health risks, about the financial situation they're now in. Their homes have lost so much value, and the cleanup efforts that are underway in East Palestine. Jared Cassity is with us this morning. He's an alternate national legislative director for the Smart Transportation Division. It's a union representing rail workers and others in the transportation industry. Also with us is Ben Ratner, who lives in East Palestine, works in the community, and calls East Palestine home with his family. To you both, thank you. We are monitoring the situation in Washington, D.C. As soon as Alan Shaw begins his testimony, we're going to take our viewers to that. But we appreciate you both being here because you represent two very important perspectives. And I know you both want to hear a lot from the CEO this morning. Ben, let me start from you. What are you most looking for from the CEO of Norfolk Southern to say, not just to senators in D.C., but to you and your neighbors?
Thank you for having me, first of all. I think one of the most important things is how are they going to prevent this from ever happening again? Besides the derailment and situations where there have been deaths associated with this. There's scientists that were traveling from the site to another one. They passed away. Now a derailment that happened also in Ohio, and there's a Norfolk Southern member that passed away from that. They really need to step in and start making changes. Actual changes are going to help the safety of the people around the train operations.
You know, we heard from another one of your neighbors, a resident of East Palestine, a moment ago, talking to our correspondent, Joe Khalil. She is at that hearing today, and she said, you know, I never really paid much attention to the trains. A lot of people are paying attention to trains now. Did you have that same sentiment that you hear them go by, but you don't really think, one, what's on them, and two, they're going to crash in my backyard?
Yeah, I think that's something that, for me, first moving from a non-train area to this area, it took a little while to get used to them for sure. And then after a while, it's something that you don't really hear. Sometimes you might hear, and there's a little bit of like a Americana kind of thing about trains, and they've really been a part of our history going, all the way back to their inception. And it's something that now, whenever people are sitting at a train or at a crossway, everybody I know is uneasy being around them. And it's something that went from this sort of romantic Americana thing to this real kind of uneasy thing. And now you start hearing, you don't really realize how many phrases and things are wrapped up in train sort of imagery, and trying to be careful now about what kind of words and phrases you use, because it might be triggering certain people if they're like, oh, train PTSD. I didn't realize that so many things were kind of like involved trains in our regular talking.
That's really curious to me. Explain more what you mean by that.
I think whenever people talk about like phrases and things with kids, or there's so many phrases and things like, oh, they got railroaded, like the company railroaded us from doing something. It's like, oh, they've been doing this so long that it's worked its way into the lexicon,
Wow. Let me bring Jared in here. You're going to be watching very closely Shaw's testimony. What are you hoping to learn this morning?
Well, I mean, I got to say, Ben is hitting the right term. We've been saying that people have been getting railroaded in this nation since the inception of railroads. And the key thing for me this morning is that Mr. Shaw doesn't try to railroad the politicians in that room in America that's watching. And that's the concern here, because I anticipate what he's going to do is make a call or a change from precision scheduled railroading to a term I think he's going to coin as fundamental railroading. But I would like to caution you and anyone that's watching that words are cheap. We need changes in the industry to make railroading safe again. Where we have been going and how we're trending is not okay. What happened in Benstown is not okay. Just this morning in Alabama, Norfolk Southern had another derailment of roughly 30 cars. And these trains are being built too big, too long. They're not made up in the right way. And so it's not enough to just talk. We need the legislators to actually take action. We need the regulators to take action. We do not have time to wait on the NTSB report. Everything that has occurred in the industry that led up to this accident and all the others that have been subsequent to it is still in place. And if we wait 12, 18 months for the NTSB to make a recommendation, we're risking more and more derailments. But then here's the ultimate kicker. The NTSB recommendations aren't obligatory. They don't have to accept them or adopt them. The railroad's plan here, and I have worked more than a dozen accidents with the NTSB, they're just hoping time will heal some of the pain, or that we will forget what's actually occurring. And in 12 to 18 months, when it comes out, there will be recommendations that they don't have to accept. And if it's finally found its way in the background, there may be no changes coming out of this whatsoever. And we already have members of Congress that are saying we don't need more burdensome regulations on the industry. And I'm telling you now, that is a terrible, terrible notion. We cannot allow it to occur.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.